BBC Whooniverse.
I'm Tom Mason, and this is Whovian News. Our main story tonight, or this morning, depending on what time you click play. BBC confirms the future of Doctor Who and a new 2026 Christmas special incoming. Today, the BBC announced the 28th of October 2025. Today, the BBC announced that Doctor Who will be back on our screens at Christmas 2026. With a special episode written by Russell T. Davies, with Disney confirming that they will not be partnering on the next series of the science fiction show. The BBC remain fully committed to the show and will announce plans for the next series in due course. Late 2028? 2026 probably? Who knows? Oh, interesting. To ensure the Doctor's adventures continue, Big Finish continue it anyway, so it's always continued in some shape or form. Lindsay Salt, Director of Drama at the BBC, said, "We'd like to thank Disney Plus for being the terrific global partner collaborating over the past two series and for the upcoming war between the land and sea. The BBC remain fully committed to Doctor Who, which continues to be one of our most loved dramas, and we are delighted that Russell T. Davies has agreed to write another spectacular Christmas special for 2026. We can assure fans the Doctor is not going anywhere, and we will announce plans for the next series in due course, which will ensure the TARDIS remains at the heart of the BBC." Now, even though I'm saying these words, there is one word that is used multiple times, but it's like they've changed their mind. They say series, and sometimes they say the American version. I won't say it because I don't agree with that term in Britain, because it's a series. Right. So it's a little bit odd that they've decided to use the American term for a while and then go back to the British term. Pick a side is what I suggest for them to do next time they write an article. Not any other sense of that word. We can assure fans the Doctor is not going anywhere and will announce plans for the next series in due course, which will ensure the TARDIS remains at the heart of the BBC. Before next year's special, fans of the beloved series still have much to enjoy, with the war between the land and sea headed to BBC iPlayer and BBC One later this year, which originally it was planned for later this year, then it got moved to next year, now it's been moved back to this year. Will we get it around Christmas time? December? Who knows? As well as a brand new animated series for CBeebies, which is in development. That was supposed to be 2028, 7-8-ish. Are they moving that forward as well? Because that'll be interesting if we find out more details about that sooner than originally planned. The Doctor Who Christmas special will be produced by Bad Wolf with BBC Studios for the BBC. Wow, what an incredible piece of news that is. And I'll always say outstanding. And that was your headline on Whovian News, the news web series where I, Tom Mason, discuss the news from the original articles, then give my own opinion, because we're not on ITV or the BBC or Sky or any traditional news broadcaster, so I'm allowed to share my opinion. But I won't be sharing my opinion for long, so let's dive in. So I personally think that's quite exciting that we get a new Christmas special in 2026. We get the land between the war between the land and the sea. Such a long title, it's easy to get confused. My only problem with that is that if we use it now, we have nothing next year until Christmas. But if we say, let's say, it starts Boxing Day, for the next 5 weeks, that's fine. Hopefully they're going to air it one at once and not all at once, because I want to review each individual episode. I don't want to review the whole series. But it is one of those where you sort of have to wait and see what really happens with it. I am hoping that we get Boxing Day-ish and it trickles into next year, so that we've got something next year. And I'm hoping we find out more about this animated series for CBeebies, whether or not is it a young Doctor thing? Is it who's at the helm of it? Is this Ncuti Gatwa's audition for being in Big Finish? What I mean by that is that will Ncuti Gatwa come back as the Doctor to do the whole of the CBeebies run, and then go, right, I've done that, I really enjoy doing the voice acting here for this, can the BBC give a license to Big Finish? I hope that's not the case, because if they've not said in that, and I can't remember if you said it in the original, that it was going to be an animated thing. I think they might have said it was animated, but don't quote me on that. So I'm a little bit curious to see what it could be, because if it's in development, it must mean that they made it, then they're going to test it out on the child audience, then they're going to test it out with Doctor Who fans, right? Because they want to make sure that it fits within the Whouniverse and with what the fans want, at the same time entertain the kids. Because I know, they probably know this by now, but every Tom, Dick and Harry the Savannah Doctor will watch the CBeebies series, even though it's not aimed at us. You probably had adults watching the Sarah Jane Adventures, or no, that's the only one I can think of. Or K9, the Australian K9. You probably had adults watching these things. You just need to assume that adults are going to watch every iteration of Doctor Who, right? No matter what age range it's for, they'll watch it, or read it, or listen to it, whatever. So I think that then they need to develop it for the children and go, this is our target audience, what do they think? And then test out on the Doctor Who fans, because parents, so if I'm, for example, a parent, I want to introduce my child to Doctor Who. That might be a way of doing it. It's like, I don't know what it's called, but I know, because I've seen, not seen the programme, because I can't stand the franchise, but Star Trek, they've got a children's show, and what I can gather from seeing online, the adults are into it as well. So I think that might happen for us with Doctor Who. It might be really fun for the kids, but then we might get something else out of it, because there might be more to it. There is some really small figures you can buy. So is it going to be based on one of them? Is it going to be a Doctor Who Mr. Men thing? Who knows? But I'm curious about that. Speaking of the main news, with a new special coming in 2026, I am personally, as I've said, if we've stretched this spin-off across the early parts of next year, we've at least had some Doctor Who to play with. But I'm sort of excited to find out whether or not, because they've not said that Billie Piper's in it. They've not said bits of what it's about. So I'm hoping that over the next couple of months, we find out who the initial cast is. I don't know if they've filmed it yet, and they've not yet said if Unleashed is coming back with that. So will Doctor Who Unleashed come back with the Christmas special? Because I don't know. I don't know this for definite, because I live in the north of the United Kingdom. I don't know if Unleashed ever made it to Disney Plus. I know it made it to the YouTube channel for international viewers, but I don't know if it made it to Disney Plus. So I'm not too sure if Unleashed will return. I want it to, because that work experience segment is cracking. It's like what we want now, because that's what Unleashed and Confidential are. They're trying to get more people into the industry. But I personally think that I'm excited for 2026. I'm excited for the new spin-off, and I'm excited for the CBeebies, to find out more about this CBeebies program. Overall, I'm just really excited. So, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel